In. Good evening, everyone. You're welcome to the ITHEN training. My name is Obafemi Adegoke, and I'll be your trainer for the next 2 months. Yeah, we're going to be looking through 3 modules together: Linux server administration, cloud computing with AWS, and infrastructure as code using Terraform and Python. It's going to be quite an intensive training session, but I want to assure you that you are in the hands of a patient trainer. By way of a little introduction, I have been training for more than a decade, and I've trained for my boss, Engineer King, the ITHEN since 2020, year of COVID. I am a DevOps practitioner, so I'm not only a trainer, I also support companies across the board as consultants, as help desk officers, and as DevOps practitioner for more than 4 years. I've been a cloud server administrator for about 2011 till now, more than 10 years as well, right? Uh, and with all of this, I'm still gonna say I am still learning, because learning never ends, and no one is an island when it comes to knowledge. You always speak here and there. As long as you are humble, you will always learn. So yes, I'm going to be the pilot of this plane, and I'm looking forward to an interesting session with us. Today's just basically going to be about reconnaissance. I'll introduce us to uh, the course. At some point, I will ask us to as well take turn to introduce one another, and then we'll discuss, and we'll probably set up the workstation we're going to be using in the next 2 months. We'll do that together, so we are sure everyone will be on desk. This training we hold on Mondays and Wednesdays, and the time it will be 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. The classes will be recorded, and it will be shared with us after each class. Okay. I'm not sure if the class here means everyone that has paid for this course, but how Engineer King wants the class recording be shared is privately to the trainees. So what that means is, after this class, I'm gonna send us a Google form, which will take us less than 30 seconds to fill. So you kindly fill the Google form, where I'm going to harvest our email addresses, preferably Gmail account. And that's the email I will be using to send us class materials, and also access to class videos will be tied to that email. Okay, so please, I crave your indulgence to kindly fill the form after the class. Not for everybody, it will only be for those who have paid that will be filling the Google form. However, this class and probably the next class will be open for everyone, just for you to see what you are getting into, if you think you are able to cope or not. In my class, as much as I want to carry everybody along, I also like to be honest that IT is a skill that does not discriminate, or a career that doesn't discriminate, irrespective of your background, either a computer science background or not, or your culture or whatever. The only qualification is if you are available to learn and to practice, then IT is available for you as well. The next 2 months together is going to be intensive, like I've said, and it means I will need you, I will need everyone after each class to kindly go back and practice. Build what we have learned. You can only say you know something when you have done that thing over and over, and then your confidence is restored or assured on that thing. It is not enough to be in class and listen. I want to plead with us to be determined, and in this 2 months, I'll put in my best. I'll put my back on this. And then at intervals, I will speak with some of our past trainees that have passed through me specifically while I train for the ITEN, that are on the job right now, US, UK, Europe, to come and interact with us so that we can know that as much as IT is rewarding, it also requires you to play your part in it. All right, this is my TED talk. I would like us to one by one unmute, tell us your name. If you are willing to tell us your current discipline, and then tell us your expectation from this course. I have Chidime. Please forgive me if I do not pronounce your name very well. Is Chidime here? Can Chidime hear me, please? I guess it can. Chinwe, can you please?
Yeah, yes, I can hear you.
All right. Tell us about yourself, just your name, your current discipline, if you think you want to. If you don't want to, please skip it. And then your expectation from this training.
Okay. Okay, so my name is Chinwe. I reside in Florida. I I'm I've been a pharmacy tech for about 6 years. Um, I'm currently in a nursing program, but I took a break from that for this because I've been looking to change careers, something away from the health field. So I decided to take a break and get into this to see what everything is like and then take it from there. I have been liking like tech, a little, tech things on the side, but I have never tried to do anything with it. So I decided to start this January with that and then see how far I can go with it. So that's it basically for me for now.
All right, you're welcome, Miss Chinwe.
Thank you.
If my memory will not fail me,
Mm,
you're going to be like the seventh pharmacist I will ever come across trying to get into tech. And out of the ones that I already have, like I said, they're not up to 10, but I know of three that
mm,
successfully switched. Yeah. And their story will not be, it is not easy, but it's possible.
mm.
Yeah. Yeah. It is,
Yeah.
everything is possible. If it were to be easy, I can assure you, everybody will be in tech. Everybody. Some were there and then they saw, oh, wow, I thought it is easy. And then they returned back because they have something to fall back on, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't want us to be that way. If you take it as a plan B, most of the time, plan B never works because we don't put as much effort in plan B as we do with a plan. Thank you, Miss Chinwe. You're welcome. You are in the right place. Do
Thank
you
you.
want to go again now, Chidime?
Yeah, yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Loud and clear, sir.
All right, all right. Hi, Mr. Bafemi, and hello, everyone. My name is Chidi, and my last name is Eme, so Chidi Eme. I'm in the US. I reside in Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm a software engineer, mobile software engineer. I've been doing this for 8 years. I'm a senior, so I'm trying to diversify my skills and get into cloud and as well as DevOps. That's my goal for this year. And hopefully I can share my aspiration and help everyone as well that I'm studying with. So that's my goal at the end of this training. Hopefully I will take the certification and then I'll start, see if I can start applying for jobs. So that's it for me. Thanks and welcome everyone. Nice to meet you all.
Thank
Yeah.
you,
Okay.
Mr. Chidime. You are
Mhm.
welcome. One quick
All
question.
right.
In
Mhm.
your course as a mobile developer, have you ever also looked down on the DevOps engineer before? Like, what do they even do? Who are those guys? Or
Yeah,
just be honest. Have you ever looked down on us?
yeah. Yeah. I think I have an idea.
Right.
The DevOps philosophy and the idea of continuous integration, CI/CD. So
That's not what I'm even referring to. Like, have you ever tried to commonize the DevOps guy? Like, what do they do? Their own is too much. Do they know what it means to be a developer? Have they ever written a code before? Maybe within the team you've worked with in the past.
I mean, like, what's the idea? Like, have I ever asked them what their code? No, I would say
No.
no. I've not talked to them. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
I've
Personally,
been
I haven't
in,
talked to them.
all right. I've been in
Mhm.
various teams, and then you will hear a developer speak with so much disdain for a DevOps until you give them your shoes to wear, and they'll be like, oh, wow, okay. And now the changing world, the job now also wants you to do a bit of operations as a developer. And then they now get
Yeah.
exposed to DevOps tools, and they now realize this is a new world entirely. Mm. So yeah, you're
Yeah.
welcome, Mr. Chidi.
That's right. Yeah.
A
That's
lot
right.
to
I think on the mobile side we have Android and iOS, so we have people that specifically do that. But to be a lead engineer, you need to understand how to
across board. That's correct.
yeah, spread your skills across. So that's my aim to
That's
be a lead. Once I have the skill, then I can lead a team and also deliver with the DevOps side.
beautiful. You're welcome. All right, I have
Thank you.
Mr. Abayomi. Can you hear us? Do you want to unmute and share with us your name, your discipline, and your expectation?
Yeah, good evening, good
Yeah, right.
morning,
Good
every
evening. Yeah. Or where you calling from? Are you not from here?
Nigeria,
Oh, okay.
Nigeria at the moment.
All
Yeah,
right.
but I'm based in Australia. Just came on for the festive period.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I've actually wanted to study cybersecurity for a while. I resigned at some point because I wasn't sure of which part I actually want to move into.
Okay.
So when I saw Mr. Hacking posted the DevOps engineering there from novice to uh this thing. So I thought that might be the best
Short.
one for me. Yeah, so that was why I reached out to him to take the mentorship one. So
Okay.
because currently I work in what's it called, in healthcare.
Okay.
So, and I'm looking at just leaving that profession and starting something new entirely.
Okay. All right. You're welcome, Mr. Bayemi. You are in the right place. I
All right.
have Mr. Dan. Can you hear us? Do you want to share?
Yeah, good evening. My name is first of all, thank you for this opportunity to study DevOps. I'm just general due to the economic milieu in which I find myself here in Cameroon. Practically, I have a BSc in banking and finance, certificate in project planning, management, and evaluations with human resource from Pan African Institute. But as I earlier said, due to the milieu, I'm trying to shift away. So recently I did Scrum. I've been looking for opportunity to integrate myself in the IT milieu.
Okay.
So I've been searching and I've been following the master. So I choose DevOps because during my free time and with my boss, I do carry raw data and we always use by the internet to analyze a lot of stuff. So in my humble milieu and my humble self, I just want to do anything IT is what I want to do, but I'm not really versed with the DevOps, even though I've been writing like what is being expected of us so that I can go online and read before coming to class, like ahead of time, those kind of stuff. But the reply I got was I should exercise patience, which I've done. But yeah, but notwithstanding, I just want to get into DevOps, but I've met some senior practitioners in the milieu, in the field of IT. Some of them are saying that DevOps is general. So I'll have a lot of questions you permit me, in which I'll be asking for clarity, because like when you read about automations, you read about quality assurance, quality engineer.
Let's get into that later. This is
Yeah.
a reconnaissance session. It's just to introduce ourselves, and then all the questions you have,
Yes,
I
sir.
can assure you will be answered. All right, you are in the right place, and we are patient trainers at the items. Okay. And there will not be any stupid questions in this class. Okay, I want to believe we are all here to learn. Okay, so as long as the questions are related to tech, let's see what we are learning.
Yes, sir.
To me, they are not stupid. They will all be answered. Okay, the only time I can stylishly avoid you is if you're asking me if Ukraine and Russia should continue. I don't know. If Israel and Gaza should continue, they're not related to this class. Okay. But as long as your questions are class related, be sure you will get appropriate answer.
Thank
Now,
you.
I'm not saying I know everything. The ones I'm unable to, I will ask you to defer and return to you.
Thank you,
Right.
sir.
I'm a very sincere trainer, right? With all my years of learning, I'll still tell you there are some things I still don't know. Okay. And that's just it. Nobody knows everything, even in their field. Okay. All right. And the reason why I responded that you should hold on when you ask me that question early in the day is so that you don't get confused. Yeah. Internet, you will find out as we proceed in this training, is garbage in, garbage out, garbage out. Everyone has an opinion on internet. So for someone who is coming into the system new, if you are not properly guided, you go read things that it will not take you time to unlearn before you begin to learn the real thing. Okay, that is from experience for me. I mean, I've been in class and some people have fed themselves with a lot of things on YouTube, on whatever, and then it's taking me double effort to make them see, okay, this is not correct until you do this and this and this. All right,
Yes,
which would have been easy for me if they have not gone ahead to cloud their memory with what they should have learned after they've learned some things, like some prerequisites to what they should have known, which they don't know. Now they now add. I had problem with them making them learn what should be the prerequisites. All
yeah.
right, so that's why I responded at that time, like, we will share all you need to know. Okay, because if you want to go ahead of class, there will not be need to be in this place. You just go to Google and type something like pathway to DevOps. I can assure you, you will find 1001 links, all of them having idea of how you should become a DevOps engineer or how you should become a cloud administrator. By the time you reach the third or the fourth link, you're already overwhelmed with knowledge. You might not even know where to put your feet. Okay, that's why I say let's follow class. Do
I
you copy
appreciate.
that?
Yeah, I appreciate. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. Miss, I'm not sure if this is Mr. or Miss Okenye. Again, if I didn't pronounce that well, please forgive me.
Oh, you did, you did. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Oyomi Okenyi. So I am calling from Fresno, California. So I'm a college student majoring in information system and networking. And my interest for IT just actually began a year ago. I actually transited from healthcare as well. So when I go into college, then I had the urge to kind of go down deep into the IT and find it was hard at first because I didn't know where to really position myself. So I was, like you said, I went through 1,001 YouTube videos just to see where I would actually fit. But then I bumped into Mr. Akin's intro one day on Instagram, and we had a little bit chat privately, and then he conducted like a brief class in the month of December where I was able to participate. And then I see this is actually quite interesting, and this route, it just kind of come a little bit easier to me. So I follow up very strongly, and then I decided to join into this program. So for me, I'm very focused. I like to open my mind to learn new things. I'm looking forward to this class, and I believe that like you said, if I listen and do the right thing, everything will definitely fall into places. So just want to welcome everybody, and I hope you'll be patient with me. I'm new to this field, like I said, but I'm trusting you that we're gonna get there.
All
Thank you.
right. You're welcome, sir. You are in the right place. So there has not been a single training session I've had for the I-10 that the class has not been hybrid class. By hybrid, I mean folks with computer science background and folks with non-computer science background. So I've always taken a class like, okay, this is a class where you have to break it down to basics and be patient. All right. So if you are ready and willing, I'm also ready and I'm willing. All right. You're welcome, Mr. Tohib. Can we have you?
I am calling from Dallas, Texas. I currently work as an IT auditor. In the past, I have done a little bit of DevOps, but I got overwhelmed. I ran away from it. But I came back because this is the future, because I work with a lot of DevOps guys at my job. So pretty much, I'm a novice, let me put it that way. So I'm here to learn as well. And hopefully I can incorporate this class with the cybersecurity class as well. So my end goal is to be a DevSecOps guy.
You're welcome. You're
Yeah.
welcome. Did you say you're calling from Canada?
No, Dallas, Texas.
Oh, okay, Dallas. All right. Because I was beginning to wonder what's happening to all IT auditors in Canada. In this between the last 2 weeks, more than 7 IT auditors from Canada has reached out. They all want to switch to DevOps. I think they are tired of interacting with human beings, and I think they are
Yeah,
finding
I
the
mean,
job monotonous, sort of.
yeah,
Is it?
for me, it involves a lot of writing and documentation.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Apologies to Mr. Dan. Most Nigerians don't like writing. We just want to get things done and move on to the next thing. So
Right.
imagine you
That
working on one
documentation
control.
part, I mean,
Yeah.
a lady that just finished writing her CISSP after all the stress. I was like, Mr. Bafemi, see what they are offering me after all the stress
Yeah.
to write
Stress. Yeah.
CISSP. I was like, oh well. So she's ill bent on switching to DevOps right now. She's in
Yeah.
Ontario and about a couple of others. So I was
And
wondering
as an
like
audit, so as an auditor, you have to know everything.
right.
Today they throw you into DevOps
To be on
environment.
top
Tomorrow
of the game, you must know
you have to be
everything.
on top of the game. You have to ask the right questions at the right time.
That's
So it's
correct.
like jack of all trade.
Or trade.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
all right. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. All right, good to have everyone in class. I am enthusiastic coming and then meeting new persons. And like I said, I'm a very patient trainer. And I think I've learned from the best and it rubbed off on me. If you have been trained by someone who knows what they are saying, and then you've learned, it is likely that you will follow the path of that person as well. Okay. And I always tell my trainees, is not pride, that it's something of a delight for me to train them, because if you've experienced some other trainers, I've been in a training session where I just knew I'm here so that the money don't finally waste, because I know I don't learn anything. You can ask questions. The way the trainer respond is so harsh and all of that. And it seems like you're working on eggshell when you come to class. Okay. But that's what I try to remove from my own class. All right. And that's because I measure my own success differently from how others measure success. I do not measure success by how many trainees I have trained in the past years. I measure my success by how many of my trainees are on the job that I can point to. All right. In the year of COVID, I trained more than 50 US veterans. Yeah. And I can say that about 55%, if not 60%, are on the job. Yeah. When one of them was in Nigeria, he specifically requested to see me, but unfortunately, I'd left Nigeria at that period. I was in Netherlands, so we could not see. We only chatted and whatever. So for me, that is the success. All right. And what that success means is I must follow through that trainees in class learn, because it is only someone who has learned properly that becomes employable. Right. So I don't just want to come to class and then run labs, do hands-on just to wow training, only for them to say, all right, do it yourself and let's see, and everywhere is quiet, Okay. If you will be patient with me, I will drive you to the extreme in this class. I will ensure that you practice. I will come to class and put you on the spot. I'll just give you a group class work and I'll just be watching and be listening to see how everybody do, and I'll rate you based on that, okay? So it is not to expose anybody, just to ensure that you are optimizing the training as we move on, okay? What we want to learn in 2 months is what in previous times, last year, we do in 3 months, okay? And I've also added projects to it. So it means that we will have a class that is quite intensive. And I hope you have braced for impact. Not only that, I might at some point ask us to have extra classes, okay? So as we are doing Mondays and Wednesdays, I might say, oh, is it possible we have 2 hours extra, maybe Friday or any of the days on the weekend, okay? Is just to help us ensure that we get the best out of this training, okay? 3 grand rules to ensure that we are having smooth session. First, this is probably the last time you're going to see my video up in class like this. I only needed you to put a face to the name so that I won't look as though I'm an alien, right? Subsequent classes, you will not be seeing my video. And that also means we necessarily does not need to see your video as well. The only screen you will see is my screen, or whenever I ask any of the trainees to share their screen so we can troubleshoot whatever problem they are having together. All right. The second thing, the second grand rule is that while class is on, I want to encourage everyone to kindly mute their mic so that there will not be background noises. And that makes the class video pleasant to rewatch when you're watching it over and over again. Okay. Now, one that looks contradictory to the second one is this. While I'm teaching in class, should you have any question at any point, please unmute yourself and cut in. I give you that right to cut in to ask your question. Okay. If you raise up your hand while I'm sharing I'm not sharing my screen right now, so I can see everything going on the dashboard of Zoom. But while I'm sharing my screen, I normally minimize the Zoom dashboard so I can have full access to my screen and teach. I may not pick it if you raise up your hand at that point. That's why I say you have question while the class is going on, please unmute yourself and ask your question, okay? And that will also lead me to what I already said earlier, that in this class, there will not be a stupid or a silly question. Okay, all questions are valid. If you have paid for this training, then you are entitled to ask questions that will enhance your understanding. Okay, I want you to know beyond reasonable doubt that you know what you know. And that means if there's anything that is hindering your understanding or your knowledge, please bring it to the fore here in class. Let's look at it together. All right. And I'll be patient, like I said, with your questions as well. Okay. The only time I might frown is if we've done something in class and you miss that class, I expect that if you miss a class, you would go and watch the class video. And then we are now building on what we've learned in the previous class, in the new class. And you've not watched the class video. You are now trying to suggest if we can go back. It means you're not only drawing me back, you are drawing every other persons that took their time to attend that class back. Okay. It is not the same as you are in class and you did not understand. If you are in class and you didn't understand, there are simple questions I will ask that will tell me, oh, okay, this person was truly in class. It's just that the understanding was not complete. And take it from me, I'm an experienced trainer. If you are not in class at all and you've not watched the class video, and you did as though as you've seen it, maybe you just skimmed through the class video, you went from the first minute to the fifth to the 10th and like that, I will still know. Because there are some things that we expect that if you are in class, they are like low-hanging fruits understanding for you to pick. So I want to plead with us. If you miss class, please watch class videos. All right. If you watch class videos and yet you do not understand, that's different. I'll gladly explain again. Okay. I also want to encourage that everyone here take one another as accountability partner. Okay. Reach out on the group page. Okay. When we learn in class, if you think you need extra session, you can reach out to one of your colleagues in class. So do you understand this part? Do you think you should run it together like that? I will only encourage you not to overwhelm yourself with YouTube materials. Okay. Time to dive into YouTube materials will be after the training when you've had a solidified knowledge. So that time when you see garbage on the internet, you will know this one is garbage. And I assure you, you will definitely see garbage. I will even be coming to class to come and show you some of the links, and I'll be, guys, look at this, let's troubleshoot. Do you think this is correct? You yourself, you will spot the inconsistencies in those links. All right, that's why I said, I'm saying fix your attention to class for now. All right. Okay, so the 3 rules, do we all copy? Do you have any questions before we move on?
Yeah, quick question, please. This is Tohib.
Please
You
go ahead.
mentioned that we are going to be covering 3 areas.
Yep.
I think the first one you mentioned was Linux.
Yes.
What are the other 2, please?
Cloud computing with AWS,
Okay.
Amazon Web Services, and IAC. IAC is
Infrastructure. Okay, infrastructure as code.
correct with
Yeah,
Terraform and Python.
Okay, Terraform and Python. Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. Are we just going to be using AWS for this particular class?
Yes, sir.
No. Oh, okay. All right.
Just AWS, not
Okay.
Azure, not GCP, just
Okay, that's fine.
AWS. Yeah,
Thank you very much.
you're welcome, sir. Right. Any other questions, please? Any other questions? All right, so if there's none, let's go set up our workstations before we begin to do introduction. I think I'm gonna need this and this. All right, so at this point, I'm just going to put on my video. All right. So we're going to be using AWS from the start, okay, to learn Linux. The reason why we're using AWS is that we have access to a wide variety of Linux distros. Not only that, even other operating system servers. We are able to access virtual servers on AWS. So also on other platforms like Azure and GCP. Okay. in the years before now, what we normally use is Oracle VirtualBox. Okay, but it really do take time before we complete the installation of Oracle VirtualBox, and 2-3 classes after, some persons are still troubled. They are unable to set up the Oracle VirtualBox. That's why we are agree. Let's focus on AWS, using it as the server provider. Right. Someone's mic is on. Do you want to mute yourself? Except you have question, please. All right. So let's start with this. Does everyone here have AWS account?
No.
Okay, who else? Or your account is more than a year old? If your account is more than a year old, you will need new one for the sake of free tier. Okay, is it just Miss Chinwe?
I don't have, sir.
Okay. So I
Oh,
think the
my
first thing.
quick question. My account is more than a year old.
Okay, so it means that some services that would naturally be free for those whose account is within a year will not be free for you. So
So,
you might want to stick to that or open another one.
okay, I'll just open another one.
All right. Okay, so to open AWS account, I already have 2, in fact 3. Way back 2016, I opened the first one, and because I am always a voracious knowledge seeker, I did many things with it and mess it up, so I closed it down. Right now, I have 2, one for training and one for real production. Okay, what I mean by production is real life job we do. So I said that because I won't be opening a new one. I'll need someone who doesn't have an account, who is willing to share their screen. So it's just going to be my voice and the person's screen. All right. And when you're connecting to class like this, please always connect from your PC, because you're going to be sharing your screen many times. Yeah. So who wants to share their screen now? Miss Chinwe, are you connected from your PC?
I have a laptop here. That
Are you connected with that laptop?
yes, I am.
All right.
Mhm.
So I'm going to make you a co-host. So please share your screen when you can. I have stopped sharing. All right.